We are about to get started on our workout. We are going to start with our breathing. So go ahead and find a spot on your mat that you feel comfortable, whether you're on your stomach or you're lying on your back. You can even sit and hug your knees, whatever feels best for you so you can begin your breathing. I'm going to go ahead into my shell stretch here. Relax down into the floor. And just begin with a nice deep inhale through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. And just slowly start to begin to match your inhales with your exhales. Nice, slow, steady, deep breath in. Gentle, slow, deep breath out through your mouth. Let your rib cages open up wide to the side and out back behind you. As you take your inhales, use your exhales to draw your ribs down and in towards the center of your body, towards your spine. Feel yourself melting into the floor, letting all of the tension out through your head and your neck and your shoulders. Use these breaths to start warming you up from the inside out, feeling your muscles begin to come alive, just a little bit at a time. Use your exhales as a chance to release any tension you're feeling, to begin to let out some of that internal energy that you've stored up through the night. And begin to find a rhythm to your breath that feels comfortable, that you can maintain easily and use throughout your workout to help facilitate your movement. As your attention draws into your body, check in with how things are feeling a little bit here. Take notice of what's feeling really good and maybe what could feel a little bit better. And then hopefully by the time we're done today, when we check back in with our breath at the end of our workout, those things that weren't feeling just quite right or ideal will feel much better. So let's take one more good inhale, exhale here as we start to really draw our attention into our bodies. And then wherever you're at on your mat, go ahead and roll to your back. Find yourself in your neutral spine here. Let yourself melt down to the floor. Take a moment. Just let yourself melt into the floor. Line up your feet with your hips and your knees so your legs are two parallel lines. Reach your fingertips along the length of your body so your shoulders are pulled down from your ears. Let your ribs melt to the floor like chocolate would melt. So you have a little bit of space in your low back. Everything else has melted down to the floor. You've grown heavy. You've anchored yourself here to this floor. And your eyes are either just gently gazing up at the ceiling here, right on the horizon, or you can close them as we begin our workout in our warm-up. We're going to imprint our abdominals and release out to neutral spine. Slide your ribs down towards your hip bones. Shorten that distance between rib and hip. Feel your low back touch the floor gently as all your vertebrae are now touching the mat, and then release out to neutral. Take your time. Feel the engagement of your abdominal suspenders, your oblique muscles. They're going to come up time and again as you imprint throughout different exercises. So really take a moment and feel that mind-body connection between the rib angles and the hips coming from these side and these back suspenders as you go in and out of your imprint. Really direct your attention to who you want to use. And see if you can avoid any gripping in your legs or your behind. Make this truly an abdominal activity. And let's do a couple more, inhaling and exhaling your way through your imprint and release. And one more time. And release. Perfect. And then let's send a leg out. Open your hip up and circle around. Keep your foot in contact with the floor as we do our hip release, setting ourselves up again for nice symmetrical hip movement, level and even pelvis, neutral spine. One more here with our inhale and exhale. Let's reverse it out. Send that leg away. Pull that heel back in. Stay in contact with the floor. Keep your foot heavy to the floor. Don't try and hold it up here. Let's release tension as we come around one more time. Hit your center and then switch legs. And go as slow or as quickly as you feel comfortable here. It's going to feel different from side to side, inevitably. So go ahead and make it work for each side. Try and be as symmetrical with your hips as possible, and then change direction. Send it out. Pull that heel back in. Check in with the landmarks throughout your body. Maintain your neutral. Keep those shoulders pulled down, away from your earlobes. Check your eye line that's on the horizon. Let's do one more here. Keep those rib cages melted to the floor. Great. Let's roll to our side here. We're going to go ahead and stack hips, knees, and ankles, shoulders one on top of the other. As we open up, you look to your high hand, and then you rotate to stretch it open. You're going to reach up to the ceiling with intention and bring your rib cage around. Inhale up. Exhale to open and circle. Inhale to reach, and exhale to bring yourself around. Use your rib cage and your abdominals as you come up and over to bring yourself around. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Catch that nice big twisting stretch and reach and come back around. Good. Let's change sides. Same thing. Opposite side. Stack it all up. Make sure you're letting your ear rest to the floor. Try not to hold your head up as you rotate, and look back to your hand. And really reach again with intention to the ceiling. Bring yourself by wrapping your ribs around and reach up. Open for a stretch. Look to that hand as you bring the rib cage around. Inhale up. Exhale to open. Inhale, reach, and come around. One more time. We're just trying to get that spine moving a little bit in every direction as we warm up this morning. Let's go to our hands and knees. Get ready to do our cat-cow here. We'll start with our hands under our shoulders and our knees under our hips. Keep those elbows gently bent. And every time we go to move here, start from tail to head. Whether you round it out or lengthen to the top of a table. You're going to go ahead and pull your belly button deep into the center of your stomach as your shoulder blades come apart on your chest wall. And then you're going to send your sit bones out behind you, lengthen your spine, and bring your head up on your spine. And inhale. And exhale. And just check in with that breathing. And inhale. Draw deep into the center of your stomach. Exhale, lengthen, bring your eyes right out in front of your fingertips. One more time. Articulating through your spine. Your head drops to release tension in your neck and shoulders. Lengthen out to the top of the table. And then let's go right into an arm and leg reach to stretch. So you're going to get as long as possible from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. Opposite arm and leg, side to side, alternating. Hold your belly button supported as you reach straight out. Keep those hips squared up to the floor. Your spine is lengthened and neutral. Eyes are in front of your fingertips, and as you continue to reach, Make sure to set those shoulders down from your earlobes and reach. And reach. And come back to our center. We're going to go ahead and take our right leg. We're going to open up to a fire hydrant. Open up and up. Each one gets an exhale. Keep your weight between your two hands and your supporting left knee. Bring your foot along with your hip and knee to open for 3 and 2 and 1. Hold it up, kick it out, pull it in, kick it out, pull it in, pull, pull. That's it. Feel every motion, whether you're pushing out or pulling in. 2 more. Last one. And bring that knee back up underneath you. Let's go ahead and change sides and open for our fire hydrant. Keep those hips square to the mat. Keep your weight between your two hands and now your right knee. Support through your belly button and lift and lower for 4 and 3. Stay neutral in your spine and 1 and kick it out. And pull it back in. Kick it out. Pull. Kick to pull. Feel intention with each movement. Use the whole leg. And let's go 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. And go ahead and bring that knee back down. So we're going to walk our knees back just a little bit. And we're going to bring our hips forward to the mat as we lift our chest through our shoulders. Eyes go straight in front of you. And then we're going to rock back and reach through our upper body as our hips go back to our heels. And rock forward. Be careful not to lift your eyes too high. You don't want to create tension at the base of your head on your neck. And rock back to reach. And forward, hips to the mat. Open the whole front line of your body. And press it, hips to heels. Stretch through your fingertips. Really lengthen your body out. And lengthen the front body. Hips to the mat. And the back body, hips to the heels. Let's go one more time. Stretch it out. Take your time. Use your breath, how it feels good to you. So it may not always coincide with what you hear me doing or what I'm cueing, but that's okay. Just make sure you're breathing. All right, let's go ahead from here and grab our foam rollers if you have one. If not, you're just going to lay down on the mat like normal on your back. We're going to go from tail to head here. And then line up your feet so that they're hip distance apart. And if you have hand weights or weighted balls or something to use as a small weight, now's the time to grab them. Okay, so the roller's going straight up the middle of your spine. It's bisecting you into a right body and a left body, okay? 50% on each side of the roller, 50% weight into each foot, and then we're gonna reach our hands high. So we're really split down the midline of our body by this roller right now. For now, let's scoop our underarms and reach to the ceiling, 2 inches up, and then just like gravity, bring those blades back down and in to wrap around the roller. So scoop to lift and together, and lift and together. Good. Use your breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you get going with your upper body, keep in mind parallel leg alignment, 50-50 pressure through both feet. Hold that roller right down the midline of your body along the length of your spine. Perfect. And then let's arm scissor. You're going to pulse, pulse to the center. And center. And center. Now here's where we start to really think about the position of your mid-back and your rib cage. So as your hand goes high to reach overhead, you want to stay connected in the front of your rib cage. which what does that mean? It means you don't want to feel yourself flaring your ribs open or feeling some lifting in your mid-back. Your mid-back should stay melted into the roller, and your ribs should stay sort of intimately connected to each other in the front. If you feel like when your hand goes up, you can't hold that rib cage connected, don't lift your hands quite so high and work into it. It may take time before you can get your hand way overhead without your rib cage feeling like it wants to pop open. And that's okay. Good, let's come to our center here. We're gonna go ahead here and do some arm circles, up, open, and circle around. So we lead with the thumbs, and then we circle around. Nice symmetrical movement. So your hands are trying to mirror image each other. They come around, and then come through and down. Thumbs up, overhead, palms to the ceiling as you come around, and now reverse it. So again, mirror images, right to left. Think about right body to left body as your foam roller bisects you. Is your right body matching the left side, and is your left side matching the right? And it may not be, but just try and get as close to that as you can comfortably. Good, one more. And pull down. Very good. Now I want you to go ahead and hang on to these weights, okay? And we're gonna alternate our dead bug here. We're gonna try and hold ourselves steady as we lower and lift side to side. Limit the weight, or I'm sorry, how much you move so that you can stabilize. And you may find one leg to the other is a little shaky. I'm even feeling that in myself. So take your time, really talk from side body to opposite side. One more. Great. Go ahead and set those weights to the side. Let's come down to our mat. Just put that roller aside for now. Let's lay back in our neutral and do a few head nods where we lower our chin to our chest. Our eye line lowers 2 inches. We nod and come out. You're feeling a lengthening right here at the base of your head, sitting on your neck. All those tiny little muscles that can feel tense over time from stress or tension or sitting posture, we're gonna lengthen them out by nodding our chin and releasing. And nod to release, 2 more, nod and release. Last one. Good, and then let's go right into our workout. We're gonna nod our chin, fold forward, and reach along the side of your body here to come on up and roll it back down and reach. Good. And as we move along, there'll be times where I'll put the hand weights into my hands and other times that I won't. And that is completely up to you. You could use them with any sort of reaching movement, your choice. I like to mix it up a little bit, and so can you. And 2, and 1. And come on back down. Perfect. Let's send one leg out straight. The other leg comes up to the ceiling. I want you to bend and stretch. And bend and stretch. Keep yourself neutral. We're going to put our hands behind here. I want you to try and hold your thigh as gently as possible so you're not pulling it. You're just holding your hands there. We're doing can-cans. Let's go 4 and 3. Last 2 and 1. And then let's circle. For 2 and 3 and 4. Reverse. And 1. Inhale, exhale. 2, 3, and 4. Good. Go ahead and set that leg down. Stretch it out. Bring your leg up. Gently, hands behind your thigh. And then reach and bend. Reach to stretch and bend. So your fingertips are there really more as moral support for your thigh, but they're not really providing physical support. You're lengthening and lowering. And can up and down. 4 more. Stay neutral. You should still have a little bit of space in your low back, even when your leg gets high to the ceiling. Let's say 2 and 1, and then let's circle for 1 and 2. Last 3 and 4. Reverse it out. Inhale, exhale for 2 and 3 and 4. Good. Set that leg down. Let's flip over to our stomachs here. Go ahead and set yourself into a low hover. Straight, strong legs. Hip bones are pressed into the floor. We're going to go ahead and press up gently to our bottom rib and come on down. We're going to do a few variations here, but let's start off just by getting a little extension in our mid-back as we inhale up and exhale down, and inhale up and exhale down. 2 more. Keep those hip bones pressed into the floor so we don't feel any tension into our low back here, and come on down. Now, instead of pressing up, you're going to stay in a hover, goalpost arms, and lift your arms, and lift, and lift, and lift. Good, very good. For 4, stay in that hover. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Set your hands down for a second. Now you could grab weights if you want to here. It's your choice. I'm going to go ahead without them, and I'm going to go to pinkies high with straight arms out to a T. Stay in your hover and lift those pinkies up to the ceiling. Move through the blades. So it's not really a hand movement. It's coming from your shoulders. Squeeze those shoulder blades in towards your spine. For 3, 2, 1. Flip to thumbs up. Good. Same thing here. Try not to find your movement from far away. Move from your shoulder blades. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a little break. Get into your hover. Reset your hips into the floor. We're going to go hands high overhead into a Y shape and lift from our thumbs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. Let's press back into our shell stretch. Go ahead and send your hips back to your heels. Stretch through your fingertips to the very top of your mat. Let the weight go into your heels as you stretch your fingertips away from you. Draw in through your nose and out through your mouth. Regroup into your breath again. Think back to where we started from. Slow it down and match up those inhales and exhales. And then when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and roll to our back and get ready to do our 100 here. So again, lots of choices as always. You're going to go ahead. I'm going to grab my foam roller today, and I'm going to put it between my legs, at my knees, and my ankles, okay? So the inner ankle bones, the inner thighs. I'm going to hang on to this the whole time. All right, I'm going to nod forward, and then when you're ready here, let's begin. Big arms. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and squeeze. 2, 3, 4, 10. And in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and X. 2, 3, 4, 20. Inner thighs. And out, 2, 3, 4, 30. Deepen your abs. And out, 2, 3, 4, 40. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and X. 2, 3, 4, 50. Come up a little higher. And out, 2, 3, 4, 60. Abs. And out, 2, 3, 4, 70. Inner thighs. And out, 2, 3, 4, 80. Reach through your arms. And out, 2, 3, 4, 90. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and X, 2, 3, 4, 100. Good, go ahead and come on back down. Set that roller onto the floor. We're gonna go ahead and put the roller up under our feet now. And roll down to the floor. Okay, so what I want you to do from here is I want you to slowly peel yourself up off the floor and roll your way back down. One vertebrae at a time. Find your neutral. Find a comfortable position for your feet on the foam roller. I like mine in the arches there. You can hear my roller squeaking. We're gonna scoop in through our abs, imprint our spine, and peel up to our blades. Wrap these glutes and roll down nice and slowly through the center of your spine. And again, imprint, scoop, peel, and lift. Watch that you don't pop open those ribs, and roll down right through the center of your spine and release out to neutral. Let's do it 2 more times. Scoop, peel, and lift. Good. Roll it down. Last time. Scoop, peel, and lift. Perfect. And roll it down. Excellent. Now let's go ahead and walk our hands up our thighs to sitting. We'll keep our feet hip distance apart. Make sure your roller is horizontal to you and your mat. We're gonna stay back in our C curve. We're gonna roll back. We're gonna take a nose dive into our knees, set up our arms, and go right into our half roll back. And rock forward, and roll it back, and rock it forward. Good. So you're always staying in your C curve, and roll it back, and rock it forward. 2 more. And rock it forward. Last one. And rock it forward. Good. Go ahead and put your feet on the mat and grab a hold of your roller. Send your legs straight out in front of you. Get your sit bones out beneath your tush. Go ahead and get your cheeks out of the way. And we are going to take your roller and twist, 2, 3, and center. And 1, 2, 3. So press into the roller through your palms and center. 1, 2, 3, and center. Chest stays lifted. Stay in contact through those sit bones. If you need to, bend your knees a little bit if your hamstrings are limiting you. And 1, 2, 3, and center. 1 more. 2, 3, center, and 1, 2, 3, and center. Good. So we are going to put our feet straight out in front of us, right next to each other. Again, check in, get your sit bones, maybe give your knees a little bit of a bend. You're going to hold this roller out in front of you. So this is like we do on the reformer when we sit on the short box. Your feet would normally be stuck under fuzzies. We don't need that today. We're just going to pretend we're sitting on the reformer. We're going to roll back. We're going to lift that roller up and look at it. And then we're going to come up and over our thighs to reach and sit up nice and tall again. Okay? We're going to scoop around and roll, reach it up, and come forward. Now you can do this. I'm going to show you. You guys can keep going with the roller, but you don't really need the roller. You can just do it with your hands, with nothing, or you could even put your weighted bowls into your hands. Whatever works for you. Find what's best for you. Roll it back. Reach to look. Come up and over your legs and stack it up nice and tall. So there's a whole series we do on the reformer called your short box, and this is simulating that as close as we can without actually having a reformer at our disposal. Stack it up. And 1 more time. look, come up and over, and stack it up. Good. So we're gonna set that roller aside. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll back, okay? We're gonna grab a hold of the back of your leg here. And you're gonna do more can-cans. So we're gonna stay in our roll back, and can-can, and can-can. And let's go 4. Look straight out in front of you, 3. Stay in your roll down, 2. Then on this next can-can, walk your hands up your leg. And walk your hands down, bend your knee, and go ahead and roll forward. Reach for your toes and stack it up. And then we're gonna switch to the other side. So we're gonna go ahead and roll back. We're gonna reach for the back of our leg. Stay in your rounded scoop position and reach up. And can. Straight out in front of you. Keep those shoulders down away from your ears. And let's go 4. Straight leg on the opposite side. 3, 2, and 1. And walk your hands up your leg. And walk your hands down your leg. Bend your knee. Send your leg out. And take your nose dive. And stack it up again. Now we're going to go back again. We're going to go right up to our can. Walk up, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. And up, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. And up, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. One more time, and up, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. Bend your knee, send that leg out, take your stretch forward, toes to the ceiling, stack it up, and let's do the other side. Roll it back, grab your leg, and lengthen and walk it up, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3, and up, 2, 3, and look at your hands as you go, and up, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3, one more time, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. Bend your knee, send your leg out, take your nose dive, float forward over your thighs, stack it up nice and tall, keep your legs straight out in front of you, and we're gonna do our oblique roll back. So we roll and reach, and come up tall, and roll to reach, and come up tall. Perfect. Get that chest up when you center. Reach it back, center it up. Reach it back, center it up. Let's do this, guys. 2 more. Last one. Come on up, back out, come on up. Nice job. So that was a whole reformer series on the short box. You guys crushed it. Let's flip to our stomach, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and get a little extension going here. So let's start here with our elbows up underneath us and our forearms sending straight out through our fingertips. Make sure when you're here, you're not letting your chest just sink towards the floor. Stay lifted through your shoulder blades and your chest. And we're gonna go ahead and begin with our single leg kick. So it's point, flex, point it out. Point, flex, point it out. So earlier this week, we worked on this, but we were laying down flat on the mat. And when we come to do this now up on our elbows, I can say for myself, there's a lot more stretch going across the front of my thighs, my quad muscles specifically, as I'm up on my elbows. So keep your belly button lifted. You want to avoid feeling any pressure or tension into your low back. So support your back with your abdominals. Good, one more. Point, flex, point it out, point, flex, point it out. Very good. Let's go ahead from here. I want you guys to come down to the mat. Put your hands in your low back, hand over hand, and turn your head to the left, okay? What we're gonna do is you're going to reach straight arms, straight legs behind you as you lift to your bottom rib and look to your mat, and then we are going to turn your head to the other side. So we lift to reach and turn to the other side. Now we're gonna add a kick. Kick, kick, lift to reach, kick, kick, lift to reach, kick, kick, lift to reach, reach it out. 1, 2, inhale, 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 inhale. Last 2 here, reach it up. 1, 2, lift it up. 1, 2, lift it up. Great. Put those hands to the floor. Push up to your swan dive. Now you can add your legs in here if you want to rock. Inhale to exhale. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then again, let's push it back to our shell stretch. Reach out in front of you. Put your hips to your heels. Stretch out through the length of your body. Take those big inhale, exhales. Check in that they're nice and symmetrical going in and coming out. And then let's go ahead and flip on over to our back again. All right, so we are gonna hit our mat. We're gonna bring one leg up at a time, finding our imprint here. Good, perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our ab series here. We're gonna go right through it. I want you to come on up, see if you can stay up here with me. And let's start with our single leg stretch. We're gonna reach, really point the strong legs. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Meet in the middle, hands behind the head, and rotate. Good. Rib to knee. Crisscross. Legs go long, elbows stay wide. 2 more. Meet in the middle, hands to knees, feet together. You're gonna reach and reach and swim your hands around. Reach and reach to swim. Reach and reach to swim. Stay up, stay lifted for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Come in, and now you can give a hold to this leg here and stretch into our scissors. Stretch, stretch, stretch it out. All that good work with the tree and our can-cans. Those hamstrings should be really working for you right now. Woo! Good. Let's do 3 and 2. Stay lifted. Last one. Come to center. Set yourself down. Stay in your imprint. Reach your hands to your sides. Go ahead and bring your heads up. Rotate, center, rotate, center. Rotate, center. Bring your feet with you. Rotate and center. And rotate, reach. Bend, center it up. Rotate, reach, bend, center it up. Stay up in your 100 position. And center. Rotate, reach, bend, and center. Couple more. Come up through your abs. Not that chin. Make sure you're not feeling any tension in your head and neck. If you are, put it down. Reach. You can always come back up. One more time. Reach, center. Grab your knees. Set your head down. Roll through your low back. Little ovals, reverse your ovals. Very good. Go ahead and set one leg down at a time. Let's go to our side here. All right, so we're getting along in the week, and now we're getting up onto our elbow with our side work here. Whew, sweating today. All right, let's go ahead. Now watch that this shoulder is not going up by your ear. Stabilize through there. Point and flex. Long legs. You want to look down the line of your leg, okay, and barely see your toes. Point and flex. Stay lifted and shrink wrapped around your waistline and flex. Point and flex. Point to flex. Two more. Point and flex and point and flex. Bring that foot forward, bend and lift the bottom leg. Now what I notice for myself is my bottom leg doesn't lift terribly high. And what I think is going on is that I'm tight along my IT band and the outer border of my bottom leg. So it's only gonna come up so high if I hold my spine steady. So don't worry if you're experiencing the same thing. Last two and one. Very good. Send that leg out straight. All right, we're gonna lift that leg up. We're gonna touch forward and we're gonna come back like a half moon and come forward, a 180 and a back and forward. Try and stay steady. Make it come from the hip. Try not to let your back flatten or round. And 3. Just a quick touch. And 2. And 1. And come around and bring it back. Good. Perfect. Let's change sides. All right, so we're gonna stretch it out again. Look down the length of your legs. Okay, stabilize on this shoulder here. Again, you wanna feel like you're supporting yourself. You're not sinking or dropping into it. You're in a lifted position here. And let's point and flex. Good. So when you're up on your elbow here, it's a lot more challenging to your stability to balance. And it does cause you to have to lengthen a little bit more along the lines of your body that are on either side of you. We call these your lateral lines. And as I mentioned, sometimes your lateral lines can be tight and limit your movement. So we're not only working on strength, one more, we're working on length. All right, so go ahead and lift the bottom leg. Good. And as you can see, I'm probably getting no more than, I don't know, 9 inches off the floor. 2. Good. Couple more. Good. That side seemed to go a little bit more easily. All right, so we're stacked up again. You're gonna go ahead and make sure you're wrapped up, you're stable here. We're gonna come forward and back. Half of a circle, okay? You're gonna try and hold yourself nice and still. You can put your top hand like I have down here on the floor to give you a little fingertip stability and reach. Forward and back. Quick touch, forward and back. 2 more, forward and back. Last one, forward and back. Very good. All right, guys, let's go ahead and send ourselves straight down on the mat lengthwise. Okay, we're gonna stretch out our legs. We're gonna stretch out our arms overhead. Okay, let's do a few roll-ups and we'll build from there. So we're gonna reach to the ceiling, nod our chin, toes to the ceiling, reach over your toes, stay folded, and roll your way back down. Okay, and again, inhale, exhale to reach, roll it down, and bring it out. All right, now I want you to go ahead and lift up and see if you can lift a leg up and come back down. And this time lift and come back down. And lift your right and come back down. And reach, lift the left and come back down. So our goal here is going to be to lift both legs and come back down. So you're going to come up and come down. Now, it may be easier to come up with bent legs and come back down. And come up and come down. But your goal is to see if you can get your legs lifted and your arms lifted. Up and down. Fold in half. Up. Whoop, my legs went down too quickly. Try it with me. It's hard for me as well. Come on, up and down. Fold in half. Up and down. 2 more. Up and down. Some are prettier than others. And up. Woo. And down. Good job. Way to work at that one with me. It's a work in progress over here. We can do it together. All right, let's go ahead. Flip to our side again. We're gonna go ahead and do our side kneeling stretch, and then we can bump it up to just our feet. So you're gonna come up and over and back down and up and over and back down. One more time from the knee and back down. Now stretch out those legs and come up and over. Set that hip down nice and gently and up and over and back down. 3 more. For 3. And 2. And 1. And then let's thread through, lift to reach. And thread through, lift to reach, thread it through, and reach, and come on down. Very good. Go ahead and change sides. Now I'm really sweating. Whew, this is good. Okay, so let's start with our kneeling stretch. Come on up and over. Open up through this top hip. All of those leg lifts, all those leg lifts really put a lot of effort through our hips, so let them open up to release. 1 more from our knee. Come on down. Now stretch out your legs and come up to straight legs and lengthen and set yourself down with control. So coming down is as important as going up. Take your time as you come down. Nice and easy. Be very gentle with your body. And let's go 3 and 2. 1 more. And set it down. Last one, we're gonna do our thread the needle, 5 of them. Come on up, thread, and open. And thread, and open to look. Count it out for 3 and 2. Last one, and set it down. Very good, you guys. How are you guys doing? I'm just gonna take a peek. Thinks where we're at. Okay, we should finish up. We're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of stretching to finish here. Let's find ourselves facing forward on the mat, 2 legs out in front of us. Let's get our sit bones out. Bring your left foot on the outside of your right knee. Come up tall through your chest. Go ahead and turn to your left, elbow on the outside of the left knee. Give a little press out on the knee, or into the knee actually, and turn. Stay lifted through your chest. Feel the stretch across your left cheek. Keep your chest bone up to the ceiling. Inhales and exhales here to bring ourselves back down. Let's grab one more inhale, exhale here. Let's start getting our breath regulated again. Unravel nice and easy. Stretch out that leg. Bring the right leg around to the outside left knee. Turn to the right elbow on the outside of your right knee. Chest comes up. Let's match those inhales and exhales. You may feel some stretching coming across the cheek here. You probably felt it on the other side a little bit too. Turn as deep into this stretch as you possibly can, comfortably. Listen to your body. Chest bone up to the ceiling. One more here. Very good. We're going to unravel from here. Let's take the sole of your right foot into the very inner border of your left inner thigh. And then let's reach forward. Pull your belly button in and see if you can grab your calf, your ankle, your toes, or the ball of your foot. Pull yourself forward. Take that nose to knees. Draw your belly button deep into the center of your spine. Folding forward. Match up those breaths. Stay relaxed in your head and your neck and your shoulders as we wind down. Now, obviously, you could stay there a little longer, but for time's sake, we're going to change sides. Bring the opposite foot into your inner thigh. Fold forward over your right leg. Pull your belly button in and reach down your leg, whether it's calf, ankle, toes, ball of your foot. Maybe even some of you could get to the arch. God bless you. We're getting there though. Keep working at this stuff. Small changes every day. You'll just notice that things are starting to feel different and you may not even know why. It just feels different, better, easier. You might feel a little taller, stronger. Doing things just seem a little bit less of an effort. Good, and that's just the magic. All right, you guys, great workout today. Thanks for hanging in there with me again.